One evening, a group of teenagers, Rachel, Andrew, Bimo, and Sarah, decided to go camping in an old forest notorious for eerie tales. They'd heard rumors about a terrifying creature called Siren Head, but dismissed them as mere myths to scare people away from the woods. Their curiosity, however, outweighed their fear. As the night deepened, they gathered around the campfire, sharing spooky stories about the strange happenings in the forest. Rachel reminded them, "People say siren ghost mimics sounds like sirens, or even the voices of people you know. They say that's how it lures its victims out." Right in the middle of her story, a sudden blaring siren pierced the silence, making them freeze and glance at one another. Andre tried to reassure them, "Maybe it's just a police car passing by." But the forest was miles away from any major roads. There shouldn't have been any sound like that. After a few minutes of silence, a more unsettling sound echoed through the trees, a voice calling out, like Sarah's mother. "Sarah! Come home, dear. I'm right here." Sarah's face turned pale. "That's my mom's voice." She nearly ran toward the sound, but Rachel held her back. "Sarah, don't. That's not your mother. Remember what we were just talking about?" Almost immediately, the siren blared again, even louder this time, followed by the thunderous sound of heavy footsteps drawing closer. In the darkness, they could barely make out a tall, thin figure with a head shaped like a massive speaker, Siren Head. It stood motionless a few meters from them, its body still, while the sirens blaring from its head grew louder, rattling their minds. Bimo, the bravest among them, tried shining his flashlight at the creature, but as the light hit it, Siren Head started to tremble, releasing a new sound, a mournful, high-pitched cry followed by a broken, eerie laughter. In an instant, it switched again, mimicking each of their parents' voices, calling their names, urging them to come closer. The group ran, desperate to find a way out of the forest, but it seemed to twist into a maze around them, and the sound of Siren Head's siren echoed from every direction. Each time they paused to catch their breath, the siren and the hauntingly familiar voices would close in, filling their minds with an overwhelming dread. Finally, when they were nearly out of energy, they spotted a faint trail leading toward the forest's edge. But just as they neared it, Siren Head appeared directly in their path, towering over them, blocking their only exit. The siren changed, morphing into a dark, twisted laughter that echoed through the entire forest. The next morning, forest rangers found traces of their scattered footprints around the campsite, but the four teens were nowhere to be found. In the eerie silence of the clearing, faint, distant sounds could still be heard, like a siren calling their names, one by one.